Hello. Okay. Now, Apocalypse Now. That movie is. I wouldn't. Okay, first off, it's not bad. I love this movie. I mean, but to call this movie like a typical war movie, I mean, like, it really isn't. It's not even so much a war movie as it is an art house film, because the film is very symbolic. I mean, like, how it's made, like, it just feels like an art house film. And the kind of art house film it is, it shows like it's like a symbol for the fall of man, or like how the world is becoming chaotic and all that. And it really works, actually. I mean, at first you're kind of just like expecting like a typical, they go into Vietnam, they face like the the VCs, and they're trying to, fight them. And it's not. It's more like they're in the situation where like the world is falling apart, and all they can do is watch and become part of it. I mean, that's what I think they were trying to get at. So the plot of the movie is actually really basic. It takes place in Vietnam War, and the main character. Hold on. Sorry, I'm on the computer right now. The main character, he's sort of burnt out because like he wants a mission, like he wants to go out and try to serve his country, but I don't really think he just doing it because he loves his country. He's just doing it because that's what he's used to doing. Like, he's used to this kind of stuff, and civilian life is just boring for him. That's what I think. I mean, like I said, this movie is very symbolic. You're supposed to interpret it how you think it's supposed to be interpreted. And afterwards, like, he gets a mission to terminate like an insane member of the U.S. Army, who's played by Marlon Brando. And it's kind of, when he does this, he on the journey to um, on the journey to Marlon Brando, like, he kind of goes through this moral argument with himself, where he's like, should I? Well, why should I kill this guy for murder in the midst of all this violence, or or how insensitive the soldiers have become to the situation of like the native Vietnamese. Like, they're kind of insensitive and to how they're treating like the people there, and he's just really sort of like distressed by the situation. He starts asking himself questions on like, what am I really doing here? Like, am I fighting a war, or am I just like witnessing something else? I mean, it seems like a straightforward movie, but it really is something like you have to interpret the movie yourself. Like, to others, it could just be like a movie about the Vietnam War, and it's about like soldiers and sort of stuff that they went through. But I think it's something different. Like, I think it has something to do with like how it's made. Like, I mean, the villain himself, like Marlon Brando, he presents himself as like a god among like the I would presume like anti-Viet Cong troopers, whatever. That like he presents himself like he's killing all these like enemies to the U.S., yet he's doing it in a way where the U.S. doesn't approve of it. Like, it sort of creates like this moral dilemma, like how far the U.S. is willing to go to combat this enemy. Like, even him in the movie, he goes like saying, um, he wants, he witnessed like a guy cut up all, like they inoculated several children, but the Viet Cong, they cut up all the arms, and he's going like, um, he's amazed that some people are willing to go that length to fight. So, like, I don't know, maybe it's a this movie is good though. Like, it it works both ways actually. If you want to think of it as just a Vietnam War movie, then it works. But also as an art house film, because I'm like, it really works as an art house film. That's what I'm trying to get at. And yeah, I mean, like, that's why it's a classic. There's not really much else I can say. It is a really